Hello everyone, Tuvalunt here, bringing you another episode of our Wartales Ironplay. We're out hunting for wood and bandits. Can you hunt for wood? I don't know, but we are. We get into a pretty big fight, but still no wood. If you enjoy turn-based strategy and tactical games, stick around. That's what this channel is all about. Always feel free to leave any comments you have, as I welcome feedback and engagement. We fight, we level, we survive. Take a seat by the fire, let the tale continue. Alright everybody, here we are, back to play some more Wartales. Looking for wood and bandit layers. Can we, oh boy, do we dare buy wood? Like, let's go ahead and jump right into this merchant here. He doesn't have any wood anyway. He has no wood. We need wood for bows. We want to craft another bow or two. Like, who doesn't want to craft another bow? Should we, let's camp, we'll camp here. We are running low on money, though. We've got to pay attention to that. We are running low on cash. And, well, that's a bit of a problem, right? I mean, it is a bit of a problem. It's not really a... I mean, I guess you could call it a rhetorical, but it's also a reality. We're at 980 coins. There's another Phantastorm. Here's the deal. We fought a Phantastorm last episode. If you missed that episode, oh my goodness, you've got to check it out. There's a group of raiders, but I feel like if they're not bandits that are going to help us towards the progress of our contract, if they're not going to help us get money, how much do we really care? Oh, there was a contract right back here. Actually, you know what? This might be... This group here might be our contract. This group in here might be our contract, wherever they happen to go. They're there. Let's see if we can ambush them. Nope. All right, well, here we go. Big fight here. We've got, what, 11 level 3s. We've got some raiders, so if we could do this right, we at least won't take damage from them. There's a lot of them there. Here's some poachers, or bombers. 2 bombers, huh? And another bomber. So how do we want to set this up? I can't get all of my people over here. That's unfortunate. So 2 of them are going to be separated from the rest of the group, which means instead, because we're not going to let that happen. All right, so 4 on 4. So who do we have over here? We have Hakert, we have Taurus, we have 1 tank, our ranged damage. Over here, we've got 2 of the bombers. We are going to want to get them engaged. If at all possible, we want them engaged. I'd love Ninefingers to come down here and put a hurting on these 2. But we may have to wait for targets to get a little closer for that to happen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just get this started here. That is a raider. So how do we want to start this? That's really the question. We've got ourselves 6 valor points. Do I put Wynfryn over here to get some barrage going? These bombers. Those bombers have me slightly concerned. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take sacks. And let's just begin this with sacks. We're going to get a bomber engaged immediately here using sacks. Let's see. These 2 go. They're not going to be dealing any damage, so I'm not going to worry about spending any sort of valor points for any reason. Okay. Easy-ish solution. I'll be able to run Thana out of the way as long as she doesn't get engaged. So it's an easy solution as long as she doesn't get engaged. So here's a henchman who no doubt will turn around and attack Sax. Ninefingers could come up here and engage this bomber. Gonna have to use Tate, I think. We're gonna use Tate to engage this henchman here. Now the henchman, because he is engaged, is not going to be throwing an axe. He won't be throwing an axe because he's actually engaged. I think I'm going to hold off on valor points there. Ninefingers cannot get up to the bomber. Okay. So what we're going to do with Ninefingers is we're going to run around here. I would have loved to be able to hit 2 targets with his first attack. I just don't think it was going to happen. I don't think it was very likely because all of the action is so far down there. Throw an axe. Does he have enough move to... Nope, he does. Just short of engaging us. Just short of engaging us. Okay, Thana. Thana could not get up to engage the bomber. She could come over here. Put a decent hurting on... But what I want Thana to do is I do want her to end her turn next to an ally so we can get another Valor point. So I'm going to bring her down here. Big hit. Big hit. And then... She has no more move. Do I use a Valor point? Does this Raider come over here? Would the Raider trigger the Valor point? This spear wall. I'm going to do this, and we're going to see what happens. We get the Valor point back. Okay, this henchman, yeah, he's going to attack Ninefingers. Double down on Ninefingers here. Okay, this bomber here. So this bomber's going to be able to drop some damage. Alright. Okay. Tate currently is not engaged. Alright, so let's see. Taurus, who is over here. Bloodied a bit. Okay, if Taurus engages this guy, that's okay, though, I think. I think that's okay. How many do we have engaged? We have 2 engaged. I'm just trying to think of when... Let's see. If Taurus uses 2 Valor points for that ovation, I could think we could probably get some mileage out of it, but I don't think we're going to worry about it. Instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move Taurus up here a little bit. Another point. These 2 Raiders will come up and target. Boy, that bleed. Okay, so he's going to target there. We're going to be able to knock this Raider out of place using Wynfryn. Come over here and attack this henchman with Haykurt. See if maybe Haykurt can get a crit. Outstanding, Haykurt. I love it. I love to see it. Oh, and then throwing and the little extra throwing knife for, you know, good measure and all that. Well, that was good stuff. I like to see the little crit cinematics. Pretty cool. We're gonna wait to go with Wynfryn. I think actually, yeah, Wynfryn and Wolfir are the last to go of my crew here, so one of them has to go. Let's go ahead and attack this Raider. Get him out of his arc. Biggest question is barrage. Well, I don't think there's a decent place to set that to guarantee hits. I mean, I could maybe bring it back here, because I think... yeah. Let's bring her back for now. Oh, he's going to proc it. Nope. He didn't have enough movies right on the outer edge of Spear Wall. That's funny. Another... Oh, that bomber did not attack. Interesting. Okay, so Wolfir's going to... let's see here. I think Wolfir's going to move down here. And Wolfir is just going to put some damage on this Raider. Okay, we are max Valor points right now, so... Alright, so there's a Raider coming in. Okay, so... Let's see who's going to go next for them. This Raider right here. This Raider is not a concern for us right now, so we don't have to worry too much. But it is about time for us to get some things off the board. It is time for us to get enemies off the board. Ninefingers with a standard attack can only get 1 right now. Thana is in Spear Wall. And I like the idea that Spear Wall right now, because this henchman is going to trigger the Spear Wall. But I think I'm going to use Tate to come down here. When does... Okay, Bomber and Henchman up there. So we're going to bring Tate down here. We're going to... You know what we need to do is we need to bring Tate down here. We got to get this Bomber engaged here. Now this henchman, he's got this interesting thing where when he does axe throw, or no, is it Bravado? Yes, Bravado. Deals 10 to 13 damage to the target and forces them to engage. So if this henchman's not down by the time he goes, he is going to force either Thana to be engaged or Tate to be engaged. So we need to keep that in mind. Okay, targeting arc on Taurus. Completely expected. We're going to try to clean a little bit of stuff up down here first. I'm thinking we're going to use Thana to take... No, she's in that spear wall. I think we're going to have to break that spear wall. This bomber and henchman go next. So... Alright, so let's think about this here. Okay, so we can do this. Yeah, we can do this. We're going to come down here. We're going to do this. So get rid of that henchman. And then we'll move her spear wall up a little bit. This henchman's going to get another axe throw on either Thana or Sax. But he should trigger spear wall. In which case, if he could trigger, he should trigger spear wall, not be close enough to Sax, won't force Sax's engagement. And so the poacher or that bomber is going to remain engaged. Alright. Ninefingers. Ninefingers is probably... I think we're going to... Yeah, I think we're going to destroy this henchman. We're going to try here. Yeah. Time to use some of these Valor points. The fights are only getting more and more difficult here, folks. They are only getting more and more difficult. Unfortunately, Ninefingers has nobody to go after right now. Like, he can't even come up here and... Like, he could get next to this bomber, but this bomber's just going to simply move, I'm sure. He's going to do it anyway. Let's see what the bomber does. Yeah, bomber just runs down. And shoots an arrow, for sure. Okay, Thana and Sax now. In fire. Okay. So let's think about what we have. So we have brute damage that's going to come down here, but there's nobody in there. Relatively safe there. This raider is going to go next, and he's going to be in a targeting arc. So I think we'll continue to leave our right-hand side alone, and we're going to focus on the left here. We really only have one person left to go here on the left, and that is Sax. Sax is going to end his turn in the fire, because he's still going to be engaged with this bomber here. And Hakert does not have the move to get there to help Sax at all. Okay. That means Sax is going to have to eat a little bit of fire damage. There's nothing more we can do about it. I mean, he even put a crit on. He even put a crit on this bomber. He did everything he could. 14 fire damage. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Friggin' hurts, man. That hurts. Okay, so we're going to... So this... Okay, so because this raider is not engaged, Hakert will not get his bonus crit against the raider. So because neither of those two targets engage, I think I'm actually going to start to move Hakert over, I think, to this left side. Yeah. Okay. And end our turn. Okay, so this raider will come down and target Taurus. Now, Taurus looks like he's in a bad way, but remember, these targets are not engaging Taurus. Taurus is not engaged with any of these targets. These are just targeting arcs. So because he's not engaged, he can freely move wherever he would like. Well, not wherever, right? I mean, you still got to pay attention to make sure that you don't end him up in a targeting arc. We're going to Wrath. Finish him off. Ah, oh, bummer. I thought maybe you'd finish him off. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move Taurus back a little bit. And we're going to end his turn. That bleeding. Okay. Alright, so the raider... Okay, so the raider tricks... So how is... that bleeding. Okay, so we may actually have to first aid him to get the bleeding off and get him a little bit of heals. So Wulfir is going to do that. Wulfir is going to come down here. And like a good lad, he's going to go ahead and apply first aid. A little bit of heals, but most importantly, he gets rid of the bleeding. Right? He gets rid of that bleeding. Let's move him down here. And let's go ahead and drop this raider. My original plan was to have Wynfryn's Barrage get some damage on these two, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. At least the way I was thinking about it. Okay, so he's going to come over, and now he's going to enforce Sax to engage. Okay. Sax has deflection now. Good for Sax. That's a good boy, lad. Okay, so we can come down here and attack old boy. If we use barrage, oh, you know what we could do though? Actually, you know what we could do? We could use Wulfryn potentially earlier in the round to trigger a second barrage on this raider. Let's do that. We'll spend a couple points, see if we can have a little bit of fun with barrage. Well, you know, half of our party burns over here. All right, so who is... Okay, so the poacher's going to go next, or the bomber. Not worried about him. I am a bit worried about Sax. I don't want him to end his turn in fire. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead, and we're going to move Thana. Now, it's when you end your turn, right? Target loses 20% of their max health and spreads the effect to nearby units at the end of their turn. All right. So Thana can come over here, in theory, and do this. And then Thana can move back a little bit and spear wall. And then Sax can take his turn and move down here to the back of this bomber and go ahead and do something like this. And we're going to end his turn. Bomber's going to go and tickle. Close, almost. Almost for some galvanize. So Haker could go down, but then it would engage with the henchman, and the henchman then wouldn't move in to trigger Spear Wall. So we're not going to use Haker just yet, because I want Haker to get an opportunity for that backstab damage. So instead, let's use old Ninefingers here. Let's see if Ninefingers can do what Ninefingers does. Did anybody have a doubt? Anybody? Anybody at all? Anybody have a doubt? Because I didn't have a doubt. It should be absolutely 100% unequivocally clear by now what Ninefingers does. And that is just... I'm not going to move Ninefingers, by the way, because I don't want... I need one of these two to trigger the Spear Wall, so I'm not going to move Ninefingers any closer. But by now, everybody should have a clue of what Ninefingers does. And he just destroys things. That's what he does. And Tate... I mean, Tate is the great dislocator of jaws. Or the great remover of jaws, I guess. So again, I know this might seem weird, but I'm actually going to hold off with the tanks. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come up here. And I'm going to go ahead and galvanize. We're going to get a couple more Valor points. We're going to end our turn. And we're going to like where we currently sit. Yes! Okay, so this is actually good. This is good. So, Wulfryn is probably going to... Yeah, he's going to kill this guy with his shot. But if he wasn't going to, he'd slide him into here, and then Wynfryn's barrage would. But so we didn't get max value out of that barrage like we usually want. I usually want 2 attacks for the 2 Valor points. That's just my own silly ROI, if you will. Spear Wall doing the job. She's got brutality, and boom, there you go. We demoralize him. Unfortunately, that appears like it wasn't a contract for us to complete, but Wynfryn got a level. She got a level. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. If you didn't know already, the game is capped currently at level 5. So as of this recording, the game is currently capped at level 5. But it does appear that you can still level and get aptitude. Oh, no, never mind. She just reached level 5. You know what? Well, okay, you can't ignore everything I just said, because everything I just said still is true. So Beast Mastery Animals, but you're capped at level 5. She just reached level 5, that's great. Every 2 attacks applies a vulnerability. The next attack suffered will be a critical hit. Ooh. But it doesn't say every 2 attacks on the same target. It just basically applies vulnerability. The next attack suffered, maybe it is to the same attack. We might have to take precision to try it. Each time this unit lands a critical hit, applies bleed. Wow. That sounds cool too. Let's go ahead. We're going to take this precision thing because she has barrage. And let's just see how it works. 1 point of con, 2 points of willpower, or a point of crit. let's go ahead and go crit, because we've been doing a decent job managing our archers so that they aren't taking tons of damage, right? I think we are. Okay, there was a mission back here. We want to go ahead. I want to find the mission so that next episode we can complete the mission. We still need wood, y'all. I haven't forgotten about the wood we need. There it is. There it is. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to hold here. We're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up just so that it doesn't get too long. And we'll be back with this next mission. See you then. Always a pleasure being able to make videos for you guys. If you enjoyed that one, please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment. And until the next one, goodbye, everybody.